In this video, we will explain text-related tags. The explanation is divided into semantic and non-semantic tags. Using Visual Studio Code, we'll write text-related tags while viewing the preview. First, we will create a CSS file and define styles to make the page more readable. The HTML sample code will be displayed with a gray background, and the sample display will have a green background. Incorrect descriptions will be displayed in red, and discouraged descriptions will be shown in yellow. Let's start by looking at the basic tags. We will explain the div tag, p tag, span tag, and br tag in that order. The div tag is a block-level element used to create divisions within HTML. The div tag is a non-semantic tag. When focusing on semantic HTML, meaningful tags, such as section, article, can be used. This helps search engines and screen readers better understand the content of the page. The div tag is used to group content on a page as a block-level element. It is mainly used in combination with CSS and JavaScript to adjust page layout, style, and manipulate elements. Next, let's take a look at the p tag. The p tag is an element used to define a paragraph in HTML. The p represents a paragraph and is mainly used to group and display text. It helps make content easier to read by visually separating sections of text. You cannot place other block-level elements like another p tag or a div tag inside a p tag. This is prohibited by the HTML specification. If you do, the browser will automatically close the tag, and it will not display correctly. Next, let's look at the a tag. The a tag is used to create links. The a tag is used to create links to other pages, external sites, or files. The href attribute is used to specify the destination of the link. It can be used for text or image links, and using target equals _blank will open the link in a new tab. The target attribute is used to specify how the link destination will be displayed. _self default opens the link in the current window or tab. _blank opens the link in a new window or tab. _parent opens the link in the parent frame. _top opens the link in the full window, ignoring any frames. The title attribute is used to display a tooltip on a link. When a user hovers over the link, the specified title is displayed. The a tag is also used to jump to specific locations within the same page. To achieve this, you set an ID attribute on the target element and use this ID in the href attribute of the link. Next, let's take a look at the span tag. The span tag is an inline element. The span tag is an inline element, so it doesn't break the line when used between text, links, images, or other inline elements. It fits naturally into the flow of the page. You can apply specific styles partially. When you want to apply a style to only part of the document, you can use the span tag to assign a CSS class or ID and apply styles to a specific range. The span tag is a non-semantic element. Since the span tag has no specific meaning or structural role, it is used purely for styling or scripting purposes. When semantic emphasis is needed, it's more appropriate to use semantic tags like strong or em, which will be introduced later. Next, let's look at the BR tag. The BR tag is an inline element. Since the BR tag is an inline element, it doesn't take up the entire block, and it creates a line break in the text where it's placed. While the P tag adds margin above and below to separate paragraphs, the BR tag creates a line break without adding any margin. It is a self-closing tag, so a closing tag /BR is not needed. It's best to avoid overusing it and use P tags or CSS for paragraph breaks or layout adjustments. When organizing text into paragraphs, it's more appropriate to use the P tag. It's also recommended to use CSS for layout adjustments. For example, using the white space property in CSS can display line breaks and spaces in text as they appear. Next, let's take a look at the HR tag. The HR tag is a block-level element. The HR tag is used to insert a horizontal line to visually separate sections of content. It can also be used to signify a thematic break, giving it meaning based on context. It is a self-closing tag, so a closing tag /HR is not necessary. You can customize its color, length, and thickness using CSS. Next, let's look at semantic tags that carry meaning. We'll explain the tags H1 through H6, strong, em, mark, del, ins, and abbreviation in order. The H1 to H6 tags are heading tags used in HTML. The H1 tag represents the most important heading and is typically used as the main title of the entire page. It's common to use only one H1 tag per HTML document. The H2 tag is the next most important heading after H1 and is used for section or chapter titles within the page. The H3 tag represents subtitles or smaller sections under H2. The H4, H5, and H6 tags represent lower-level headings, used for more detailed items or section titles. Heading tags indicate the importance of text and help create the logical structure of a page. Search engines also use heading tags to understand the content of the page. Next, let's take a look at the strong tag. The strong tag is an HTML tag used to indicate the importance or emphasis of text and is typically displayed in bold. The strong tag is a semantic tag, and its primary purpose is to add meaning. It can indicate that the text is contextually important. For example, it can show the importance of the text to search engines, making it useful for SEO. It also conveys the importance of the text to users with screen readers. On the other hand, the B tag, which will be introduced later, is simply a tag to make text bold and does not provide semantic emphasis. Next, let's take a look at the EM tag. The EM tag is an HTML tag used to indicate importance or emphasis in text and is usually displayed in italics. The EM tag is a semantic tag, and its main purpose is to provide meaning. Like the strong tag, it can indicate that text is contextually important. The strong tag is usually displayed in bold, while the EM tag is typically displayed in italics. Both are recognized by screen readers and search engines for semantic emphasis, but strong indicates stronger importance, while EM conveys emotional emphasis. Additionally, the I tag, which will be introduced later, simply italicizes text and does not provide semantic emphasis. Next, let's take a look at the mark tag. The mark tag is used to indicate that specific text is contextually important. It is useful for highlighting search results or key points. By default, text enclosed in the mark tag is displayed with a yellow background, visually emphasizing its importance. Next, let's take a look at the delete tag. The delete tag is used to indicate that text has been deleted or modified. This tag is useful for showing the history of changes or revisions to text. Text enclosed in the delete tag is usually displayed with a strike-through. This visually indicates the deleted content. Text enclosed in the delete tag is also recognized as deleted by screen readers. This allows content that is not visually apparent to still be understood. Next, let's take a look at the insert tag. The insert tag is used to indicate newly added or modified text in a document. This tag is useful for showing the history of text additions or revisions. In browsers, text enclosed in the insert tag is typically displayed with an underline. This visually indicates added content. Text enclosed in the insert tag is also recognized as newly added by screen readers. This allows content that is not visually apparent to still be understood. Next, let's take a look at the abbreviation tag. The abbreviation tag is an inline element used to indicate abbreviations or acronyms. Using this tag provides the full meaning of abbreviations and contributes to improving SEO and accessibility. It especially helps readers unfamiliar with the abbreviation and users of screen readers to better understand its content. Next, let's look at the tags used for text decoration. The previously introduced strong tag also decorates text, but the tags we'll cover next do not carry semantic meaning. We will explain the B, I, U, small, s, sub, and subtags in order. The B tag is an inline element used to bold text. Like the other tags we'll introduce, it is used for visual emphasis but not for semantic emphasis. The I tag is an inline element used to italicize text. The U tag is an inline element used to underline text. Small tag is an inline element used to display text in a smaller size. It is commonly used to represent supplementary information or annotations that are secondary to the main content. S-tag is an inline element used to draw a strike-through line on text. Sub-tag is an inline element used to display subscript text. Sub-tag is an inline element used to display superscript text. The source code for this video can be downloaded from the official website. If you like, please visit the URL in the description to aid your learning. Next time, we'll explain tags related to code display, annotations, and list display. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed the content of this channel, please consider subscribing.